So, good afternoon students. So, welcome to the computer class. Okay, in the last class we have discussed about the 7th chapter, that is links and anchors. Okay, so in today's class we are going to study the 8th chapter, that is frames in HTML. Okay, all of you heard the name frame, isn't it? So, for example, consider if you have taken any of the picture of yours, what if it comes good, what you will do, you will make it frame and you will keep it in a home, isn't it? Likewise, we can create a frames in a web page. How to create a frames in a web page, we can see here. That all will be studying in a frames in HTML chapter. Okay, then what do you mean by frames? These are the way of organizing the websites. Okay, to organize the website we are using a frames. Okay, and they enable the users to divide a page into number of rectangular segments for different purposes. Okay, we can see here there are some pictures they have given. Frames can be divided into many types in the window. See here, this window is divided into many frames. See here, one orange color, green color and cream color. So likewise, that will be divided into number of frames. A web page, a window divided into number of frames. Okay, these three are the pictures they have given. How to divide a window into frames they have given. So they have given the designs also. In different designs the frames are shown in the window. Okay, then defining a frame set. Then what do you mean by frame set? A collection of frames in the browser window is known as frame set. Okay, so collection of frames in the browser window is known as frame set. As I said early, so to make a window or web page beautiful, we are inserting a frames. Okay, isn't it? So, and a collection of web pages, that what we are using it in a browser window, that what we can call it as a frame set. Okay, then creating a frames. How to create a frames? You can see here. So to create a frame set document, first we have to use the frame set element, that is frame set tag. So which is used instead of standard of HTML elements, that is body. Instead of body, here we are using a frame set. Frame set tag defines how to divide the window into frames. Okay, and it contains one or more elements. The frame set element uses a couple of attributes, rows and columns, that defines the layout of the frames. As I earlier said, so the window is divided into number of frames. Okay, likewise, in terms of rows and columns, the frames are divided. Okay, so the values of rows and columns indicates the amount of screen area for each rows and column that will going to occupies. Okay, so see here, rows and columns, that I have earlier said. Rows, that means horizontal frame, that will give the horizontal frame, rows. See here, rows, it specifies the number of horizontal windows or frames. The values in the rows attributes specifies the height of the frames in the frame set. So horizontal lines, I mean columns, that what we are horizontal frames, what are the horizontal frames will be there, for that we are calling it as a rows over here. Okay, then columns, that is the vertical frame. So vertical frame, in that columns will come. Columns means it specifies the number of vertical windows or frames. The number of vertical frames in a web window, that what we can call it as a column, that too for the vertical frame. Okay, so and for columns we are using an attribute called cols. Okay, see here we can see the examples and the syntaxes for these columns and rows. See here, frame set, as I earlier said, what is frame set. Okay, then columns, we have to use the value for the columns, how much width, how much height will we need to give for an frame set. For that we are giving a values for the frame set over here. Okay, that is frame set column as 200 comma 400, and frame source means we have to give the which in which website, in which web page window we are creating a frames. For that one we have to give the name of the file over here. Here they have given frame set columns 200 comma 400 and frame source, the name of the path of the file. For that one we have to give the name of the file, that is they have given as frame a.html and frame b.html. After that they have closed the frame set. Okay, we have to give the name of the file, to which file we are making the window divided into number of frames. For that one we are giving a name of the files, that we have to mention in a frame set columns and in a frame source. Okay, next syntax for the main frame is here frame set columns, frame source same as it is. In there they have given 200 and 400. Here frame column, frame set columns they have given 20% and 80%. The whole page, the whole window page will occupy the 100%. In that 100%, 200 page is for horizontal, 80% is for vertical. Likewise, or 200 page is for vertical, 80% is for horizontal. How we have to give? Likewise, how you will going to give? Like that you have to give the percentage value for the frame set columns and the height. Okay, next example, here frame set columns they have given here 140%. In the next example, in the next syntax, one they have given the value, another they have given the percentage. Likewise, after that they have given the frame source and they have closed the frame set. Okay, next we can move to the next topic, that is formatting frames using attributes. Okay, we can format the frames by using so many of the attributes. So the frame tag is defined within the frame set container. Okay, so and this tag is used to specify what actually appears within a particular frame. Okay, first one will be source. That means it indicates the name of the document page that should be used in the frame. So name of the file, the path of the file, for that one we are using a source tag over here. For example, they have given frame source equals to document1.html. Document1 will be the name of the file. .html is an extension of the web page. Okay, this is an first attribute, that is source. Next attribute will be name. As the name suggests, the name attributes allow you to label your frames. That means, as I earlier said, for one file it contains the one web window. Okay, in that we are going to divide the window into number of frames. Okay, to give a name to a particular frame, for that we are using a attribute called name. Okay, then scrolling. So it specifies the window can have scroll bars. Okay, that means yes or no. For example, we are using one website. Okay, in that we have opened one web page. In that, to move up and down and to see up portion of the window and down portion of the window, what we will going to do it? We will going to scroll down. Okay, we will going to use the scroll buttons. Likewise, if we want the scroll, for that one we have to use the scrolling as S. If you don't want the scrolling, there we have to give it as no. See the syntaxes how they have given. Frame source they have given, in that they have mentioned the file name and they have mentioned the scrolling. If you want the scrolling, we have to give the yes, as I earlier said. If it is not, and no. And another option will be there, that is auto. Then auto value is the default value which provides scroll bar for the frame window. If you give the auto, it means default value it will going to take it down. Okay, this is all about your scrolling attributes. Next one, margin width. So this margin width is another attribute that gives the width of the frames in an web page window. So how much width we want for the frames, for that one we are using a attribute called margin width and margin height. So to mention the height of the frames we are using a margin height, and the syntax is used for this is first we have to give the frame source. Here there we have to use the document2.html, that is the file name. Then margin height they have given 100 and margin width they have given 200. Likewise we have to give a syntaxes for the margin width and the margin height. So we have created the frames and we have given columns and rows for the frames, and we have mentioned the width and height of the frames. Then what left? We have left with the border. So how much border we need to give, how much thickness of the border it should be. For that one, to give the border to frames we are using an attribute called frame borders. Okay, so this attribute is used to add or remove borders from a single frame on the web page. We are using the frame borders. The syntax is used for this one is frame border equal to 1. So it signifies the border should be visible. Okay, so this is the default value. Okay, then frame border zeros, it defines to remove a border from a frame we are using the syntax is called frame border equal to 0. Okay, so this is an code they have given. Go through this code. So if we have written this much of code, the output that what we'll get here, this much. Here the window is divided into 3 frames. In that frame, in one frame the background color they have given it as yellow, another frame in that they have given it as orange, in the another frames they have given it as pink. So they have written some sentences over. To look the windows it should look like this. They have written the code, this one. Go through the code. Okay, already you have learnt how to open an HTML document, head tag, frame set rows, frame borders, frame set columns, border and frame columns. Likewise you have to write it to get a window like this one. Three frames are divided here. I mean 3 frames are visible in a single window. Okay, this is all about the attributes. Next will be the normal size, that is nor size. It means the each frame is reusable. As for example, consider in the paint what you will going to do. You will going to insert one box. You will going to drag it the box. Dragging means it will going to make the box width more and small and height more and small. Likewise we are dragging it, so that means we are reusing the box that in the paint. Likewise in an web window, to make the frames resizable we are using a attribute called nor size. The syntax is used for this is frame source equal to document1.html they have given. Next one they have given the nor size. Next one they have given the nor size. Okay, this is all about your nor size, and the examples they have given it as, see here, HTML code for a1.html. In that HTML we have to open the HTML and we have to give the body BG color, and we have to end with the P. They have given that as P, that is for paragraph frame and body and HTML. Likewise, so to look the windows like this, see here, this is the window, one window, frame A, frame B. Frame A will be in a black in color, frame B will be background color will be pink. To get that window we are using the code like this. See here, this is the code we are using to get a window like this. That is, we have to open the HTML head tag, title tag and frame set columns and frame source. In that we have used the name, that is, and frame border. Likewise, again they have repeated with the different values. Then they have closed the frame set. Then they have closed the HTML tag. This is all about nor size. Next one, nor frames. So that means, so HTML provides nor frames tag, which is used to specify alternative content for browsers that don't support frames. Okay, for frame set, for nor frames, a set of frames, that what we are giving it as nor frames. See here, they have given here to to look the window like this, we are using the code like this one. See here, they have opened the HTML head and title tags, and frame set columns they have given in terms of percentage the values, and after that they have given the frame source. Nor frames they have given in the nor frames. Sorry, your browser does not handle frames. For that one statements they have given. After that they have closed the body and nor frames and frame set and HTML. So this is all about nor frames. Okay, then floating name. Then what do you mean by floating name? So this floating frame appears as a separate box or window within a web page. Okay, see here, this is one web page. In that one page they have written some sentences over here, and one box will be appear in that window page. To appear like that, we are using an attribute called floating frames. Then how to use this floating frame? What is the syntax for this one? We can see here. This is in the syntax called iframe width value they have given, height equals to value, and source equal to document.html. See here, to look the window like this, we are using the code like this. See here carefully, the starting that is HTML head, title, body, we have to give it like that one, and they have given the font face, and here they have given iframe width, they have given 200, height 300, align, that is right. See here, the box will be in right side, no, for that one they have given the A align as right. Then source they have given, then they have in the source they have given the name of the file. Okay, and they have closed the iframe and body and HTML. This is all about floating frame. Okay, this is all about your 8th chapter. 1 minute. Yes, this is all about your 8th chapter. And the exercise questions, I think all of you have understood till now. If you have any doubts and queries, you can ping me in your subject group. And exercise questions, I will give the pictures that what I have given for the previous chapters. I will put it in a subject group. You can take it from the subject group. Okay, so all of you go through the book. Okay, all of you write the exercise questions in fair and textbook. So only the answer the following you should write it in a fair. Remaining you should write it in a textbook. All of you. Okay, one day I will check everything. So if everything is completed for all students, then only I will take the exam. Otherwise I will not take the exam. Okay, all of you take the exercise questions from the pictures, that from the subject group. Okay, this is enough for today. I will engage in the next class remaining, that is 9th chapter. Okay, till then take care, bye.